Okay, so happy Wednesday. This is our little base in space for building our. Oops.
Please stop saying oops. You are making me look bad.
There we go. Forgot. Jetpack goes on. Doesn't need to be. So a little base. It's a little French fry flyer. That's my ship that I built a long time ago. We're still doing solo, and of course, this is co-op. Server is being hosted by Jeff, who is running around here somewhere. And again, this is a little space. We got constructors all the way up there. Got some med bay stuff in case radiation, all the other fun stuff comes into an issue. Food. Oh, this is our. Oops. Wow, did you know you can fall in space if you have a close enough to a gravity generator? I wonder how far you can fall. Anyway, we do have a gravity generator under the base. That's that spinning thing up there. So if you turn your jetpack off, you get to walk around on the surface like a normal person. But as you saw, I can fall too. I wonder how far that goes. But anyway, there's our capital ship that we're still building. We need more materials. It's taken a long time, but we had some hiccups last week and the week before. Every time we go to get the materials we need, we run into issues. We have a plan. Is it a good plan? We won't know until we try executing it. So anyway. So actually this is just the capital ship here. That's the cockpit we're looking at there. Sorry, not the cockpit, the bridge. Then we have some hangars back here for smaller ships. This is the U-Haul, the refurbished version of it. Last Sunday, it was the ship that we, well, it wasn't exactly the ship. It's been a little rebuilt because the last time we visited Samos, which is the planet we need to go to for our resources, it kind of got shot down, and this thing had the shit kicked out of it. So that's the way that works. But we had to. It took us a couple hours, but eventually found enough resources, scavenging around on the planet to basically get it mostly rebuilt, or all the important stuff rebuilt, which would be the warp drive was the big one, and enough materials to seal it in and that kind of stuff, so you don't get radiated to death, basically. But anyway, how much longer is this thing gonna live? I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, that's one of our hangars. That's the other one over here. Back here is the warp drive for the capital vessel. It's in there. Nice and protected by all this glass, so it's not killing us with radiation. As you can see, the ship is not quite built yet. We'll get there eventually. This way, we got a med bay. And the gravity generator does not work this far away, so it's fine. But anyway, so med bay, showers and stuff. Big empty space. Still don't know what we're going to do with that. Actually, probably end up putting constructors and that kind of stuff down here. We'll see. Then up here on the second floor. Have some, a little laggy-ish today. So anyway, observation area for the hangars and for the warp drive. And we have a shield generator over there, and we'll be putting the second one over there eventually on the side, because shield generators are a good thing. There's our fuel and oxygen tanks, O2 station when you need it. Of course, none of this stuff is on yet because our generators. We've got 4, 2 on each side. Yeah, no power to the ship currently. This is our grow area, which we need to start considering whether we want to start growing stuff in here. We don't have to, but we could. But anyway, that's where we're going to be growing our food and medical supplies and that kind of thing. This room, don't know what we're going to use it for yet. And of course the bridge. So this is where we drive from. That's our sensor array, and then we have 4 chairs down there for people to sit in and go, ooh, look at all the stars. Oh, please don't shoot us through the windows. So that's how that's going to work. So now, the plan for today. So Jeff and I were just talking about this before the stream started, and kind of discussed it a little bit last week, but it sounds like we might have a more revised plan, thanks to Jeff. And the general idea right now is we need to build a hovercraft, probably down on Acua, which is, home planet, or home planet, I should say, or my home planet at least. Build it, create a blueprint, and then get that blueprint built, basically. Okay, basically, the way it works is you build a vehicle or a base, and then once you're in it, you can actually create a blueprint, like this little station here, if we really wanted to. How do we do this? So this would be a... So, workshop and stock. So, there's our factory. So, how do you do?
How do you do blueprints?
Yeah, it's you click on the little spaceship icon.
Yep, or F2.
Yeah.
And then you select the one that you want to...
No, not the one I want to... How do you actually create the blueprint? As in, you have your ship done, or your base done. How do you create a blueprint from that?
Yep, you go in front of the ship that you want to create the blueprint of, and I think you use left alt 0? Or left alt O? Left alt something. I think it's O. Let me look at settings.
I did left alt O and it opened up the blueprint thing. Okay. So
And then you
resources.
can save the vehicle or whatever that's in front of you, if I remember right.
Save as. So space. Let's see if this works. So that looks like that might have worked. Yep. So you do. So you stand on in front of what you're doing, look at it, hit Alt 0, and then you do save as, and then it creates it, and it tells you all the necessary resources you need to build it. So that's easy enough. Hey, Vukrils, welcome back.
And now that you have that, what you can do is you can now use that blueprint to create, I call it a finalized blueprint for lack of a better word, and then that'll use up the resources required to make the item. Then you get an option for actually where you're going to place it. And you can use that to place it on the planet that we want to mine the resources on.
Add to factory.
Because that shouldn't disappear.
Right.
So you don't have to carry around the resources from planet to planet type thing.
Okay.
Right.
So you do add to factory, and then it brings up the new screen, and then you have to add the resources in that you need. So in this case, it'll be 1,200 iron, 17
You got
silicon.
to be careful that if you click, let's say, 1,500 iron, and you put that in there, you're going to lose all 1,500 for whatever reason.
Oh, production time is 44 minutes for this. If you were to build the space base, right, the building I'm currently in, if we were to do that, it costs 44 minutes to get it built. Okay, so now we know what to do, or at least I know what to do. Anyways, that's create a base. So again, what we need to do is go down to Acua and build a hovercraft, because that's what we're going to use to do our stuff on the planet that we want to mine on. Because what we were talking about off stream was how we're going to do this, and generally the idea is we're going to create this hovercraft, and then somehow get to where we want to go, and then have the hovercraft built, because hovercrafts can't fly in space. They're only on land based, or planet based. They can't fly. They only hover, and so we have to get to the planet we want to go to do this stuff, and then use the hovercraft and do that thing. So we're going to need a ship to get there, which we have. We have a couple of choices here, and then use the hovercraft, do all the mining we want, and then when we're done, we're going to leave the hovercraft behind and use the ship, or however we got to that planet, which is of course going to be a ship, and use that to get back to where we need to be, which would be here. So that's pretty much a short version, right?
Yep.
So it's a plan. if it's going to work. Fingers crossed.
Well, it's better than what we were doing. Well,
Eh,
if we run into problems, let's say we run into problems and we get blown to smithereens in our hovercraft, then, at least we got a ways to easily get off the planet now, as long as our ship doesn't get attacked.
right.
So
As long, yeah.
that's what that negates.
Yeah. And this is kind of when, again, to bring everybody back up to speed too, is last week at the end of the stream, we were contemplating the idea of building a base on Samos, which is the planet we're going to be doing all this stuff on. And between then and now, Jeff has been thinking up the hovercraft plan, which is a good plan. And the combination of the two, I think, might be the better way. And the reason my thinking is here is because a base on Samos would give us a place to resurrect if we die, which is a very strong possibility on Samos because of the radiation, the heat bullshit there. Also, there's going to be hostiles. And obviously, you don't need to have a base because when you die, you can still resurrect when you come back to life, and you have a choice on where you want to go back to. And one of the choices is same area. It's kind of hostile, but that's an option. And so the question is, having a base would allow us to put in some med stuff, like these type of things in the base, like this one has. Give us a shower there to rinse off the radiation or whatever, that kind of thing. And other things. Lost Algorithm, welcome to the stream and thank you for the follow. And let's see, so he never got the point.
The only concern I have about a base, though, is obviously they're going to attack the base.
Yeah, that's the trick.
We'd have to defend. So it's...
Well, this is the trick, is if you put your base far enough away from the borders of hostile factions, they shouldn't bother it. Fingers crossed. I'm trying to remember one playthrough I did, and I was always getting harassed by a faction that didn't like me, but I was either really close to the border or I was inside their border. I couldn't remember. It wasn't that big of a deal because, I did a fairly fortified base, and I had guns and all kinds of stuff to keep everything safe and that kind of thing. But they were every so often, they do a little raid, and not a huge deal. But it was a pain. It was annoying. It wasn't a pain. It was annoying. But one of the things I noticed was that they seem to be focused on base cores, right? That's usually what they're going after. Because when I had a capital ship on the planet that I was building, they never went after it, which was interesting. So I think this is why Jeff's plan is probably better without the base, because they probably won't go after a vessel if it's by itself off of their territory. If it's parked in their territory, they'll go after it more than likely. But if it's outside of their territory, I think they'll leave it alone. That's a guess. I don't know if they've changed how that works anymore, but I have a suspicion that they will leave it alone. Just not sure. But I guess we'll find out and see how it goes. And Lost. So you never got the point of hover vehicles. Every time you tried them, they were just inconvenient compared to small vessels. Well, the reason you use hover vehicles is because they have different things available to them. Basically, better armor. They've got earlier available technologies. Basically, the tools they can plug, the different weapons and stuff. You have better choices. You have rocket turrets and different things. Think of hover vessels as tanks, because that's basically their kind of their function. I think they play a bigger role on PvP servers than they do in PvE, because I'm kind of in the same boat with you. I've used them in the past, and I never quite understood why you need them in PvE, because a lot of these features here are based off of being fast moving, being durable, having more weapon choices that you really don't need, and that these things are basically all available on small vessels or space vessels, whatever their name is supposed to be. So it's like, why would you take a hover vessel that's restricted to the ground versus a thing that can basically fly and fly around in air and space? And again, I think that's more of a PvP thing. And of course, the big one is also the drill modules, the tool turrets and this kind of stuff. These are available to the hover vessel much earlier than they are to the space vessel. Never felt like 11. Sorry, who crawls? You just need to build yourself a few superstar destroyers and then purge all the Xenos and heretics. Yes. Never felt like the leveling mattered much. Did 4 plays now and pretty much always hit level 25 with the advanced warp on RE2. RE2. Oh, well, that's a mod, right? We're not playing with the mod, so, we have to rough it out here. And leveling it just takes time. It's not something, like if you're running a mod, you can usually get access to this stuff much earlier, or if you're using the command console and all that kind of stuff, this doesn't really matter so much. But if you're playing the game the way it's intended, as in, you level up, use your skill points to unlock the technologies you need, that kind of stuff. So it's just a different way to play the game. Not speed running it. Yeah, enjoy the game. I mean, do what you find is fun. I'm not going to criticize anybody for doing that. But my general policy is don't mod a game until you've actually played it through once. Because that way, for me, I do that is because I don't know what mods I'm actually going to enjoy until I've actually played the game first, right? Because how do I have an idea of how a mod is going to make my game more enjoyable if I don't actually play the game first to find out what actually I find enjoyable about the game? So yeah. Some people say Gavadir, welcome to the stream. Some people say hover vehicles are great for POI attacking, but I don't know, never found it easier than... That's what I'm in the same boat there, is because hover vessels, yes, they give you more weapon choices, but in reality, when you're going after a point of interest and stuff, the small vessel or a space vessel has just as much firepower for getting that stuff. Because once you get rocket launchers, you're okay. Because for point of interest, as soon as you get a couple of rocket launchers, you're set. You really don't need too much more. Basically, 1 turret, two rocket launchers, 4 if you want to go crazy, and you're fine. You really don't need more than that. The hover vessel gives you more choices, but the small vessel is more than capable of getting stuff done. Didn't like that setting. No, it's like I said, it's whatever works for you. Didn't enjoy it. Yeah, not everybody does. I enjoy vanilla for the most part. It's but I'm also a glutton for punishment. So the enemy AI was what did it for you. Yeah. Yep. Anyway, Jeff and I, we have business to do, or things to do.
Yeah, right now I'm on the planet, so I've been doing some mining. I found copper, iron, and a carbon meteorite, so I did some mining of that. There's not much base materials, I think, left on the base itself, so anything that you need for making things like titanium, cobalt, you might have to bring it down from the space base.
So you're in Akua right now? Akua?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in Akua.
Okay.
I'm mining a copper meteorite.
Okay. So
we should have a lot of copper, a lot of iron, a lot of carbon. Silicon's pretty good. The rest might be lacking a bit. I assume there's probably a lot of titanium plates, but I didn't really look.
So it's gonna do. Yeah, we have plenty of titanium plates. Let's bring that down. Cobalt ally, promethium ore. that. Probably not going to eat that much, but we'll bring it anyway. Two, just for fun. Just want to make sure we have enough to get everything we need to get built.
We got quite a bit of iron.
Oh, do we?
Yep, I was mining an iron meteorite. He has
Okay.
quite a bit of iron.
Okay.
Heck, I didn't even mine the entire thing. I think I still got half of it left.
Yeah. Those down for fun. Not gonna do that. These guys down for fun too. Yeah, can always come back up and get what we're missing, so not a big deal. We have lots of food in the fridge down there.
Not a crazy amount, but enough to get by for a while.
Just fill that up one more time and head down to the planet.
Alright, heading back to the base.
I'm coming down to the planet now.
Yep, that's what I meant.
I don't want to die. That wasn't good. I live. Uh-oh. I just fell to the ground. Got fuel. I don't know why I just fell from the sky, but...
That's not good.
So... That was really weird. For some reason, the ship is not behaving right.
Oh, the ship was already not behaving right. Remember, it had some issues? Or it depends what ship you bring in.
I'm in the my ship, the
Oh, then it
red
should
and
be
black
okay.
one. It's not.
Then I don't know.
Stuff turned off. It seems better now for some reason. Didn't really change anything. Visit this water collector real quick. This thing has been damaged. Hey, water collector, where the hell are you? Thought you were right here. Is that the other side?
You at the base?
No, I'm at the lake where I have the water collector.
Oh.
But I don't see it. Where's it? Right there. There it is. Nope. Is that it? No, that's not it. It's supposed to be in the water and I don't see it. Did something eat it? Huh. It's not showing up for some reason. Sure it's there and not on the water collector marker. Am I not on the right marker?
I know. I've never been to it, actually.
Oh, I'm at the wrong marker.
So let's see. So at the base, we got
Wrong lake.
titanium, 3 titanium ore, 1 magnesium ore, 550 silicon, 156 iron, 648 carbon, 254 copper. So, good amount for everything. Maybe we need a bit more iron. I'll go back to the iron meteorite, I guess.
I think I brought some iron down too.
Okay, then I'll wait at the base.
There it is. Okay. Yeah, I was at the wrong spot. I was at the wrong lake. So the water. Need water to make oxygen. And hydrogen too, right? I think. So you know what's throwing me off is this thing is much more responsive than the frogs have been, the heavier ships, because this thing's got like no armor on it. It's very light, very responsive. That's part of the flying issue here. Been so used to flying the big slow things that can barely fly. Ta-da. Terranaut, welcome back. Speaking of lakes, is it possible to make an underwater base? Yes. Will there actually be water in it? Probably. But yeah, you can build a base underwater. So all this stuff is going. You've put in terrain obstruction blocks in your blueprint. You should be able to get rid of the water. Hopefully, yes. Well, see, it depends how you build your base. If you build it piece by piece, like say you just have this foundation, you build a foundation in the water, and you put it, and then you start building the walls and stuff. You're underwater, so you're all in water right now. So you build a little roof and everything. You basically you'll build a nice little tank, you know, inside the water itself. However, yeah, you can remove it. It's just a little bit of work. That's all. But you can get rid of it once you get a sealed off building, like this building is sealed, right? So say you know, create a blueprint for this. Go plop it down on the water. It should be fine because I would hope it would be, but if it's not, you just go in and you can actually remove the water by hand. It's a little bit of work, but it's not a big deal. Anyway, lots of resources. So we need to make a hovercraft. But yeah, the short answer is yes, you can build a base underwater. So template stuff.
Well,
Yes.
first, I think we just have to make the hovercraft that we want or use an existing template. Probably best just to make a hovercraft that we want to use and then create a template from that and then go from there.
Yep, I agree.
So do we want to create like a hovercraft that is a little bit defensible? That will be able to... I assume we want it to be able to survive from flying drones and such.
Yes, definitely gonna want weapons on it.
We probably won't be attacking any POIs that has any significant firepower on it. More for us getting around the planet to get resources, I guess.
Yeah. Combat steel. Oh, we don't have any Sathium, so we can't do those. Artificial mass. Yeah, we don't need artificial mass, right? We'll be fine.
Now, do we want something that for when we're mining a location that we will be able to stand in? Or are we going to be standing outside type thing?
I think we want to be standing in just because you don't have to stand in the radiation that way. Because that's the big deal. I would think.
Okay. Then it's going to look kind of similar to our flying ships, except it won't be flying.
Right.
For the most part.
Probably not as high, I would think. We'll see.
It would be probably just as high if we were going to be standing in it.
Oh, yeah. It's just kind of... Yeah, I guess so.
The only difference would be it won't have like the jump capabilities.
Yeah, it's going to be stuck to the ground. Oh, you know what? We don't have to do that because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to put a mining turret on this thing.
What's that?
It's basically your drill that you hold in your hand. Well, instead, it's a turret that sits on top of the ship and you use it to drill into ore. And it collects
how do you ensure that's drilling in the right spot? You have to angle your ship correctly type thing? Or
you just position...
Is it like the drone?
It's basically, how you use the turret in the normal gunnery turrets, same thing. So you can, if you put it in the right spot on the ship so that it's either, high enough up so you can angle the thing into the ground, or you can put it on the side a little bit so it's, instead of going, rotating, horizontally, you can actually rotate vertically so you can get better angles and that kind of thing.
Sounds like a pain in the ass to angle it correctly, but I've never really used it.
It's not. It actually goes pretty easy. It's
okay.
It's fairly easy to use.
Is it CPU intensive though?
I don't know, because I honestly don't know.
Well, if we can fit one on the ship, then it sounds like something worthwhile.
Yep.
And then we won't need. Yeah, then you just need the basic cockpit.
Oh, you can put a clone chamber on this thing.
It's not very well. Yeah.
It's not. Oh, we get medic stations too. Well then, so much for that.
The medic station would be useful.
2 would be better.
Why 2?
Because medic stations, they have categories. One does health only, and then the other ones only we get rid of radiation burns only, or that particular group. So
my guess is that would probably be quite CPU intensive, but maybe not. But yeah, if that could be fit in, that'd be kind of cool.
CPU for the medic station is only 95 each. And put that in comparison, an O2 tank is 40.
Okay. Then we wouldn't need, then we could be standing outside type thing. We just have to keep an eye on our radiation. Yeah.
Yep.
That could be good. Of course, if it's like a firestorm, that would just, in those situations, we just don't go out.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Yeah, that could work. It's kind of interesting they make that include for like the hover vehicles. Is that for small vehicles as well, or probably not, eh?
Which part?
the medic stations and the cold
That
chamber.
it's not the small vehicles don't get them. It's a hovercraft. Hovercrafts are special.
Yeah, I mean, I can kind of see what they do that because it kind of forces you to use both a bit more.
Oh, there's only one medic station. There's no variants for this one. Okay, we'll get rid of one of those then.
Well, as long as it does radiation, that'd be the big one.
Yeah, well, Lost Algorithm just said it's the only kind for them is, so maybe it only does healing. Oh wait, no, sorry. It's effective against poison food, dermal burns, frostbite, open wounds, and poison bites. Restores health and heals diseases. So poison burn, dermal burn. So a dermal burn is technically a burn, right?
I don't know. Doesn't sound like it deals radiation then.
Yeah, doesn't actually. Yeah, we'll see what happens. There's only one way to find out. Do an armored cockpit. Passenger seats.
I don't know. If the thing does radiation burns, then we just need their cockpit and the granny carriage. But if it doesn't, then we need sort of that whole idea as a spot for us to stand in with a door that can shoot all our drones. So it's, I don't know. This medic station makes a big deal for exactly how you're going to lay out your ship.
Actually, do we have...
Medic station, hover vehicle, victim of poisoning, dermal burn, frostbite, open wound, poison bite. What is a dermal burn?
A dermal burn is just a burn on the skin.
Yeah, but for within the game.
Yeah, within the game, what is the difference between a dermal burn and a radiation burn? Is there a difference? Until you get both of them, it's hard to tell.
I'll look at the one for the base. Maybe that'll make it clearer.
Oh, I probably should have cannibalized the CPUs off the other ship. Oh, well. Oh, yeah, we should have. It's not too late.
Oh, you can only make medical devices from large constructor or advanced constructor.
Yeah, we only have a large down here. Okay, so if you have a door or gate on the side, will water flow in once it opens? Depends on the door. Some doors will don't seal the room. Others will. And what does that actually mean if you're underwater? I don't know. But generally, if you see the little blue squiggly lines, that means this is a sealed door, which means should be no water, should be no air, should be no heat, radiation stuff transferring from the outside to the inside and vice versa. But some doors don't have that, and they can be problematic. So you have to pay attention to those.
I don't see medical devices on. Oh, no, wait, I got the small constructor. Never mind. Oh, and then for medical devices, I guess there's different ones, isn't there?
Yep.
When you make it, then you got a choice of the different ones you want to plop down, if you will.
Yeah, but for the hover vehicle, apparently it's only the one type. But yeah, those medical devices that you see in to your right, that's two of the types, and then there's the other two that are up here.
Okay, so then I can't look it up like the large. I actually have to make the.
Yeah, we'll have to have one of the medical devices made and see what it is actually going to be. See what it's actually going to do.
So it's 4 different. Okay.
Yeah, it's when you have a base, it's no big deal. But when on a single vehicle, it could be an issue.
Yeah, there's actually. So I'm looking at medical station 4. Radiation poisoning, radiation burn, specifically. So radiation burn and dermal burn are separate.
Okay.
Radiation sickness. So you need medical station 4 to be able to deal with radiation stuff. So if the hover bike only does dermal burn, that does nothing for radiation.
Okay.
Which kind of sucks. Well, still a little bit useful, but not as nice as it could have been. So the idea then would be for the hover vehicle to have some cage for us to stand in for when we're doing the mining. Or if you got the mine attachment on the hover vehicle anyways, then you could just stay in the vehicle, I guess.
Right. Hey, Bone, welcome back.
Or you have 2 hover vehicles, but that might be a bit much. Depends how much resources I guess the hover vehicle takes up. If it's quite a bit, then we only stick with 1, but if it's not that resource intensive, then we can have our own separate vehicles.
I'm not sure we're going to be able to build that turret that I wanted to get. I don't think we have the resources. No, we should have the resources. We have Symposium. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough, though. We can't... The turrets can't be built on this particular constructor. Can we build a bigger constructor here? That's the next question.
Are you talking about like the physical space for it, or do we have the items to make it?
The items to make the... Okay, if we don't have the items to make an advanced constructor here, we need a flux coils.
So a flux coil is something you make, or is it an actual...
It's a thing you make, or you can make. Flux coils require titanium rods. Oh.
Well, titanium should be an issue.
We should be able to make titanium.
Did you move the stuff from the cargo from your ship to the...
Oh, I didn't bring titanium itself, did I?
Okay, I'll go grab it from the base. I'll be back in a minute.
I grabbed titanium plates. Those are not the same thing, are they?
I don't know. Is it?
I don't think so.
Can you downgrade the titanium plates into titanium ingots? Is there a deconstructor or whatever?
We have a deconstructor up in the station. I don't know.
Okay, I'll try that at the space base then.
Yeah, and titanium rods and plates are two different things. They both require titanium ore.
Okay, I'm heading to the space base.
Yeah, if we could make the plates in the ore, that'd be awesome. I don't think we'll be able to.
Or at least the ingots, I guess. Is the...
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, but the titanium rods are looking specifically for ore.
Oh.
So, yeah, if you can't break it down to ore, there's... Yeah.
Well, I'll find out in a minute once I get there. If we had a teleporter, I could just beam myself over there.
Oh, shit. We can build teleporters. Can we build them from here, though? Teleporter. Cannot build a teleporter in a large constructor. Have to build it up in the other one. Upstairs. You should probably do that. That would make life easier, wouldn't it?
I don't know. I've never used teleporters.
Yeah, you have.
Oh, I did, yes. I
Over on Omicron, we use them. Don't use this stuff, you bastard.
Well, if we just need titanium ore, we got like tons of titanium ore on the base.
Oh, we do? Okay. Yeah, just bring down a couple hundred. It should be enough, I would hope.
Anything else?
So
We have a lot of cobalt, or
I think I brought down some cobalt here, so I think we're good on that. Double check. Got carbon. So we have 154 iron. Got tons of cobalt, almost 2,000. Got tons of silicon, neodymium, copper, promethium, crushed stone, carbon substrate. So, yeah. So, titanium. Oh, might as well grab some Psychosium too, if we have any left. Not too much of it, though.
Do you want me to make a teleporter at the base here and bring one down?
Sure. If we have the parts to do it, I don't see why not.
Why is it locked? Advanced constructor, so that's what I'm...
Do we have the parts to do it?
Looks like it, but for some reason it has a lock button. Or am I locked out from the... No. I don't know. For some reason it's locked out up from me. I can't make it.
Do you have the, did you open it up on your tech tree?
Thought I did. Maybe I didn't hit enter. Yeah, it wasn't unlocked. There we go. Alright, gonna make a couple of those.
Trying to remember if I want to build a hovercraft on the scaffold or do I want to build it right here. I don't think getting underneath them is quite as important because they do float, I think.
The other option would be as well is we do create like a template for like a very basic floating base that has a teleporter on it. We built that in space around the planet we're going to. Go down to the planet. Literally build like a teleport room somewhere. Like down in the ground or somewhere kind of safe that we know won't get destroyed by the enemy. And then use a template to create like a hover bike somewhere. Or a hover vehicle.
Right.
That's another option. But that might be going a little too far.
Never can go too far.
Because then we could just leave the ship out in space by the floating base. Or I guess there's drones out there in space as well. Enemy drones.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, so that doesn't really... Okay, that doesn't really help anyway. Okay, I'm waiting for the teleporters to be made, and that looks like they take forever.
Yeah, they shouldn't be too quick.
So I'm going to let him do that, then I'll come back with titanium. Did you need anything else? I forgot. Probably not.
I think we're okay for now.
Alright, coming back.
Pulsar engines. I have a feeling I might need more than one. Do you only need one? I don't remember.
Hello Gimpy, it is time to take a break. Go get some more water while you are up. This break supports the purchase of Rocket's treats. If you would like to help Rocket feel like a puppy again, please visit gimpyknee.com/support or type !treats in chat. Thank you. Your next break is in 1 hour.
Right, through the titanium and cargo thingy.
Okay, I do need to take a break. I put all the building materials, well, all the building materials we have so far for the hovercraft.
Yep, take a break.
Yep. So it's sitting on the platform if you want to get ideas on what to do with it. We'll go from there. So, anyway, be back in a few minutes. Thank you all very much for watching. And of course, thank you, Jeff, for hosting and joining me. Be back shortly. Enjoy the dog video.